Yo boys, with 2023 just around the corner, I thought it was a perfect time to drop the 3-step process that will help scale your agency in 2023. Now this is my 3-step process that I personally use myself in my agency and think it is the best way going into 2023 if you're a new agency or if you're just trying to start for the new year. This is where you need to be. This is what you need to be following, and yeah, I'm gonna jump straight into it because I don't want to waste any more of your time, but stick to the end because this is a good one. So step one, I've been talking about it all year. Personal branding, and this is going to be the exact same for when we go into 2023 because it is all about who you are as a person, and they need to build that trust with you. So for the content, you need to be building your personal brand on all platforms. I mean all platforms. One piece of the content can go on 5+ social media. So TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I can't think of any more, but you get the point. Whatever social medias, it doesn't matter if you even don't use it. There's a lot that we don't even use, but we grow for the sake of it. Just get on every single platform. Make your presence known. You need to be known on social media. You need people to be like, okay, I've seen him on every single platform. I can't get away with him. You can sort of take it from maybe like Andrew Tate. You saw him everywhere. Probably a lot of you maybe bought maybe some of his products or you invested into him. So how did he do that? How did he do that? He done that by repurposing content and just shedding out a load of short form content. Now for you can do this daily. Very simple to do daily, but in sort of hindsight, we do 420 pieces of content a month at our agency for our clients. So maybe daily you would want to up this. Try and do as much as possible. You could maybe get a short form content editor. You could do it yourself. It doesn't really matter, but you could probably if you sit down and just proper like grind it out, proper like sweat it out, you can get a bunch of these done. You can get so many of these done really simply, adding value to the content so people watch you, learn the inner workings of short form content. So like plus an 80% watch time will obviously increase exposure. Certain keywords will take it to a different audience. Certain hashtags will take it to a different audience. Intro hooks will keep the viewer on for a long period of time to increase that watch time. Just all these little secrets that go on behind short form content that people don't know about. Maybe have a look at that. Maybe I'll make a video on short form content. I think I've got if you go on our agency's landing page, there's a part where it says short form content mastery, where you can see a bunch of what goes into a short and to grow as quickly as possible. So the more / the better you are, the content that you make, the more potential a client will reply, hop on calls and sign on. Now, if they're seeing you and they're seeing you're investing in yourself, they see that you're presentable, they see that you know what you're talking about and that you're vehement about what you do, then they are more likely to hop on a call than someone that, like, if I was sitting here in like a dirty room, I didn't have a good mic. Do you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't really want to reply. You wouldn't really speak to me, even if you had just an agency template account, which a lot of people do at the moment, which I strongly suggest against. It's how I started. It's how everyone starts, but I wouldn't suggest starting. Well, I wouldn't suggest carrying on like that if you want to really scale your agency. I think it's kind of impossible. Not impossible, but it's very hard. So get yourself on camera, start speaking to the camera, start building that knowledge, and you'll build a following behind you, and you'll get a lot more people to reply. And it is part of this 3-step process. So you need to start your personal brand. So then you find out what platforms you want to outreach on, where your target audience is. So they could be mainly on LinkedIn, they could be on Twitter, they could be on Instagram, they could be on Facebook. The best place that we've found the best results that we get personally is on Instagram, but that's maybe because our target audience is mainly on Instagram. So pick where you want to be outreaching on, and maybe focus on that primarily. Maybe adding more stories, maybe adding more posts, but you can obviously repurpose absolutely everything. Even get like a scheduling software. Go High Level has one. So yeah, personal brand is step 1. Step 2 is where it gets fun. This is where you start outreaching to people. So obviously you have to get your back-end system right. You have to understand your offer, etc. But outreaching, you need to be hitting 300 minimum a day. Now, this sounds scary at the start. I thought this was like really scary when I started to do this, but you'll hit this so easily. With this step-by-step walkthrough, you will hit this without a doubt. So you need to firstly find warm leads through social media, find ideal customer. So we're going to be leveraging VAs here. I'm going to make a video on how to hire $3 VAs. So this will be very simple for you. So get your VAs and you need to find a warm lead. So you need to understand, maybe go on Instagram and be like, okay, this is a warm lead because it has this many followers, he's in this niche, he does this, find out who's the perfect one, build like 5, 10, 20, find how you like found that person. Was it through followers? Was it through engaging on a certain person's content? Find a way, a system that works best to find ideal customers. Now, if you can do this, just put this in like a spreadsheet, send it to your VAs, and they'll be able to just follow that. The VAs are kind of like, they work for $3 an hour, so they're not going to put in much brain power. So you need to sort of do everything for them. So finding leads, you need to find a way. Create your scripts for your VAs. Now, we had a massive problem with this at the start because we thought we could say, just let them go out of any script. When I tell you, no one else is going to tell you this. You need to literally send so you need to show the VA what you want them to send, to have like 20 messages that they can pick from depending on who they are. You need to then say all the possibilities that they could reply. Now, I know this seems long, but this is how you're going to leverage $3 VAs. They work for $3, so you're getting your money's worth. So you need to do the replies, everything they could reply, everything they could reply back to that, and just that whole system all the way to where we're going to get to the VSL in a minute. So yeah, you need to create scripts. This isn't that long, isn't that hard. Just maybe read some psychology books, understand how that you're going to reach out to the actual person. Do not make it silly. Do not make it silly. I was looking at a lot of people outreach to me, and it's just paragraphs. Do not do paragraphs, please. I'm telling you now. If you're gonna do anything, start off with a normal generic conversation. It may sound weird, but just a generic conversation and a compliment. Your VAs are gonna have to build rapport with this person. If you go straight in, hey man, how would achieving X revenue in one day sound to you, or money back guarantee? That instantly scares people. You're already trying to sell someone, which, if you know anything about psychology, if you come in with a sale, get away from me. People are repulsed by people selling them straight away, so your chances of selling are already minus, right? If you have personal brand and good content, it'll up, but obviously it's very low. So make sure you're not doing that, and building rapport before that. Maybe 5 to 10 messages before you even mention anything about getting an email or a VSL. You need a follow-up system times. You have to follow up 5 to 7 times, and make this fun. I remember we would do like normal follow-ups, but as soon as we started changing it to like we do the baby gif where it's knocking on the door, the amount of people that replied to that, they're like, okay, this is fun. People are just trying to have a normal conversation with me. If your scripts are normal, if your outreaching is a normal person, like a normal conversation, and your follow-ups are normal, you're going to get a reply. And if your content's good on your page from your personal branding, they're going to look at your page and be like, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. I like him. I'm going to reply to him. Okay, I've replied to him. And then this is where this comes in. So you need to gain permission to their email and send a VSL for them and show them how that you can personally help them. Now, this is the best way to do it. You need to, so obviously write to them with the follow-ups and then the scripts. Then you ask them, hey, we would love to help you do this and this. Can I make a personalized video for you and how we could help you? They will always say yes. And the reason they say yes is because I'm personalizing it towards them. It's like I've built a rapport. If you just send a copy and paste sort of like massive message, you don't even send like anything to do with you. If you then build a rapport and then ask for permission, like, hey man, can I just send you a video? I just want to show you how potentially we could help. Potentially we could not help, right? We don't know yet, but potentially like, we think we can help you. So they'll always say yes. They'll hand over your email and then just do a loom. You go over, if you're obviously confident enough in service delivery. It's so simple to do. You just go, hey, look, this is where you could improve. Maybe give them some free tips in the VSL so they know where they're like, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. This could do this, and then we'd do this for you and increase this, and obviously then this would go to this for them, personalize it to them. And then you follow up until they say yes or no. More than likely, they will say yes. This is the best system that we've found for outreaching. 300 a day, you're going to get a lot of replies, a lot of calls booked, and you're going to scale a lot faster than anyone else is telling you. Now here we have closing. Have a booking form on GHL to find out the solution. So you need to have Go High Level. You need Go High Level because it sends up follow-ups before they hop on a call. It just keeps building that rapport back and forth. If you don't have Go High Level yet, go get it right now. But on there, they have a booking form. I think it's under the surveys tab, which you need to make them fill out. So on ours, it's just talking about their monthly revenue, where they want to go, like sort of highlight the pain or what you could help them with. So let's say you're an ads agency, you could be like, oh, what's your average rise at the moment? What's your etc. So you just know where they are for when you come into the call. So you need to have your sales call, find out the situation, and add pain to them with their problems. Now, it sounds weird adding pain to them, but you need to make it their problems seem a lot worse than they are. So let's say they can't break a 2x ROAS on their ads. If you're like, okay, we can get you, what would this do for your business? Oh, it'd keep us at this point. And then you could be like, oh, so that means you can't add this many employees, which means you can't do this much outreach. Let's say, I don't know what they do, or you can't bring in this many more bookings a month, which means you're losing an extra 10 grand in revenue, which means you can't improve your infrastructure, your website, your back end system. And then all this stuff sort of spirals out of control. Yes, they've just had one problem with just like this. They came on the call with just, oh, we can't break a 2x rise. That's our problem. We want to make more money. That's what they think. And that's what a lot of people would sell them on, because they just have no brain. What I would do is I'd spin that. What will the 2x ROAS cause in the future? You need to dig deep. You need to make sure that they understand this 2x ROAS is a rotting core in their business that can obviously completely destroy their business. It could, not only is it a 2x ROAS, but it means you won't have the money to invest in this, which means you'll be stuck at this figure, which means you won't be able to invest in the back end, which means bad publicity, which means your competitors will outbeat you and people will come over you in the market. So you need to make it their problem seem huge. And then this is where you come in. You need the best presentation of all time. You need to go A to Z on what you do, so it's a no-brainer. So they're like, okay, that's my problem. This does everything I need it to do. You need to already sort of understand every single one of your clients will have the same sort of problem. And so if you can just solve this in the presentation, build up their problem high enough, then in the presentation, solve it completely. Oh, so he does this and he'll get this times, right? And then he'll do this. And then, oh, wait, so it just solves my whole problem. Yes. Like, yes. Closing sale. If it's not a no-brainer to you, if you don't look at it and think, oh my God, how would anyone say no to this if they have this problem? Then you've got something wrong. Okay, so this is the 3-step process. It's very short and it's very simple, but it will work 100% of the time. And I think it is the best 3-step process out there, the best process out there, the no guru will tell you. So I think that's it for me today. That was my 3-step process. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you liked it, and I'll be obviously bringing out more content in coming into 2023. So yeah, that's it for today. Cheers, and I'll see you in a bit.